What's going on, everybody? It's Sasha, your licensed real estate market expert here in Charlotte. And today we're talking about two unique neighborhoods here in the Charlotte area, and that is Plaza Midwood and Noda. Both of these areas are kind of known like our arts districts. So, in comparison to some other areas that we have here in Charlotte, both of these areas stand out and both of them have a lot of similarities. They're only a 5 to 10 minute drive away from each other, so they offer a lot of the same conveniences when it comes to commuting. Now, if you do have specific questions in regards to Plaza Midwood or Noda or any other zip code or suburb or neighborhood in and around the Charlotte area, you guys always know you can call, text, or email me anytime. So in regards to both of these areas give you that true walkability that a lot of people are looking for. They are both truly eat, work, and play areas. Meaning, if you live in either one of these areas, it feels like you're in your own little bubble. You don't really need to go anywhere unless you want to catch an event in Uptown, unless you're traveling, unless you want to do some heavy retail shopping. All of the bars, the restaurants, the gyms, the yoga studios, live events, things to do, they're all located within both of these areas. So if you're somebody that wants true walkability, if you want something a little bit out of the normal, both of these areas can provide that to you. So both of these areas are located in 28205 zip code. Noda also has a little sliver of 28206 zip code. However, it's going to be 28205 predominantly. In regards to location, they are both just outside of Center City, Uptown Charlotte. If you're looking to drive, it's going to be a 10 to 15 minute drive to Center City, Uptown Charlotte, a 15 to 20 minute drive to the airport. If you need to get somewhere like South Park for going to the mall or anything like that, you're looking at about a 15 to 20 minute drive as well. So both of these areas are what Charlotte was kind of intended to be. You're going to see a lot of historical homes, and now with all of the growth that both of these areas have had over the last 10 to 15 years, you're going to see some new construction, multi-million dollar houses in the area as well. Full disclosure, when I first moved to Charlotte just over 11 years ago, both of these areas were a little bit more on the sketchy side. Anytime I talked to people, I had a friend that lived here that went to Johnston and Wales University, and he said, hey man, they're both great areas to hang out. They're really cool, really fun. There's always something happening in the area, but I wouldn't recommend hanging out after midnight. So that in particular parts, in all honesty, is still around. However, it is night and day from what it was when I first visited those areas just over 11 years ago. Both of these areas, in regards to things to do, are on my list when friends come and visit me. We always like to go out. We always like to go to restaurants, go to the bars, walk around, go to the coffee shops. And not too long ago, Supperland, which is a really nice restaurant in Plaza Midwood, was actually ranked one of the best new restaurants in all of America. So these areas have a lot going on, and if you're visiting now, you're gonna see so much construction going on with the amount of apartment buildings that they're building here due to their walkability, convenience to Uptown, and all around general location and things to do. I personally have a favorite of the two, but I'll let you guys know that towards the end of the video. But I am curious if you visited either one of these areas, if you're already living in Charlotte, or if you came to visit and went to those areas. I'm curious. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Now, with all of the things that both of these areas provide, that comes unfortunately with a cost. Now, if you do want everything these areas have to offer, we're going to get into the pricing. So first, I want to go over the pricing in regards to the entire zip code. This zip code includes neighborhoods like Villa Heights, Windsor Park, and Sheffield, which are a little bit less expensive, but we're going to go into those numbers as well. In regards to the price of a single family home in the 28205 zip code, you're looking at a $559,000 median price point. In regards to the average, you're looking at about $690,000. Now, the good news is, I know those prices seem a little mind-boggling, but if you're looking for a condo and or a townhouse, you're in luck. You can get a condo for $300,000 with the median price point, with the average being around $322,000. In regards to a townhome, you're looking at about $520,000 for the median and $563,000 for the average. Now again, this is the entire 28205 zip code. If you want to be in the heart of Plaza Midwood, if you want to be on those tree-lined streets with those sidewalks where you can walk right onto Central Avenue and have access, and or if you're in Noda and you want to have access to everything it has, it's going to come with a little bit of a higher price tag. So because these areas have so many similarities, this applies to both Plaza Midwood and Noda. If you're looking for a single family home, at minimum, you're probably going to be at $600,000 plus. And to be honest with you, if you're lucky, that will be a move-in ready home. The reason I say that is because these areas are in such high demand and there's so much activity going on. You have land or tear down homes that are selling for $400,000, $500,000, $600,000 depending on the lot size. So more likely than not, to get into a newer home that's close to 2,000 plus square feet, you're honestly going to be leaning more towards $1 million plus. Now, if you're okay with living in an older home, which I love them because they have so much charm and they're located in the hearts of these areas, you're going to be at minimum $600,000, closer to $750,000, and those homes are most likely going to be built prior to 1960. Because both of these areas are more highly condensed, that's why you're seeing a lot of the condos start popping up and you're seeing a ton of new construction townhouses. In regards to the newer construction townhouses, you're going to be looking at least $600,000 plus for something that's close to and or more than 2,000 square feet. In regards to a condo, luckily you can find some older condos and townhomes in that high $200,000 price point up to about $350,000. Just like with all other areas, you can always go higher, but that should give you a good idea if you're trying to get into this area. Plaza Midwood and Noda are both areas that are very vibrant. They have a lot of charm. They have that energetic feel and they have a lot going on. And I do not see that stopping anytime soon. They're great alternatives to like a South End, for example. And a lot of the people that live here are gonna be younger professionals. That's why you have all the condos and townhouses at more reasonable price points popping up in the area, because people want to eat, work, and play in an area. And for somebody that's moving from Chicago, New York, and things like that, where they're used to being in an area that's more highly condensed, more things readily available, they're moving to these areas. Now, more so Noda than Plaza Midwood, it's very interesting. Once you're driving to Noda, once you get off of North Davidson Street, you might be confused. You're gonna see some abandoned looking buildings. You're gonna see like a junkyard with barbed wire fence. Then across the street, you're gonna see a brand new brewery. And behind that, you're gonna see this massive 300 unit apartment complex being built. As you get more into Noda, it gets a lot nicer, but you do have some small areas and houses that are still run down from people that have been living in these areas for 30, 40, 50 years. In my personal opinion, for some reason, I lean more towards Plaza Midwood as a favorite for myself. I just think it's better for people with families, for younger couples with a growing family. Noda is getting a little bit better. One of the big upsides of Noda versus Plaza Midwood is you can take the light rail. So the light rail drops you off right at Noda where you have all the walkability. And if you're in Noda, living in Noda, and you want to catch a sports event in Uptown Charlotte, you do have that light rail access. Once you go there and see where the light rail is, you're going to see all new development around, because this was one of the big things that exploded Noda even more so than in previous years. So in my personal opinion, I like Plaza Midwood a little bit more than I do Noda, but at the end of the day, I don't think you can go wrong with either of them. I have clients that I've helped buy condos and townhouses in both areas, and there are no complaints. they love it. They love having everything just outside their front door. But if you're looking for something like that, it always does come with a price tag. Let me know what you guys think. What area do you prefer? Call, text, or email me if you ever have any questions, and I'll catch you on the next one. Take care. Bye.